This was like a year ago that everybody was doing this, and somehow now is the time in which I would like to do it. I'm gonna try and show you guys my beauty secrets. I'm literally sweating because I'm so nervous. You'd think this was an actual Vogue interview, but I'm gonna put my hair up. I've already done my skincare for the day. Here, I'll show you the brand. I use Face Reality. I got it through the lady that does my facials, and when I used to have eyelash extensions, she did those too. And then I just recently got a lash lift with her. You can't really tell in this, but you can tell if you know me in person. So I actually wrote down a couple of questions, like speaking points, because I know that like they clearly get speaking points that is associated with their lives when they do these videos, because it's like a guilty pleasure for me. I like watch a lot of those things, so you know, whatever. I won't lie, a lot of my beauty hacks, or whatever you'd like to call it, are things that I found on TikTok, so bear with me. For my foundation, I've used Born This Way for a really long time by Too Faced. I really like it, and I use the shade Natural Beige. And then for my concealer, I use the Tarte Shape Tape. I barely even knew the name of it. That's how often I wear makeup. I like to do the thing where you put all the product you're gonna use on your face, and then you blend it so it's almost like one layer. I don't know if you guys have seen that trend, but I live in a college house, like in a college town. I rent from somebody that does college houses, so I don't have like that aesthetic bathroom. We're working with what I have, which is why I just pulled a mirror off of a wall to literally do my makeup for this. I put a little bit on my under eyes. I actually saw a thing that you're not supposed to always put it on the outside. I saw it on TikTok as well. Literally, why am I consumed by TikTok? But I don't really have much problem areas at the moment, so I don't want to put a lot more of this on, just because it is very full coverage for me. But I saw you don't put it on the outside because it actually widens your face. So if you're not wanting to widen your face, you should never put it out there. And also, you don't want to use a lot of concealer, because then if you have any age lines, it looks cakey. Totally heard that on TikTok, hoping that it's true, but I don't know. I use the Fenty Beauty in the shade Truffle as my contouring, so I just put a little bit on the side. I scrape it under here because I want to have a sharp jawline, and I put it up here so that I can like make it look like I have a natural bronze, and a little bit on the inner corners of my nose. It always blends with my concealer. Every single time, without failure, it blends with my concealer, but I still do it because I feel like it does something. I'm not sure, but I feel like it does. And then I use the Born This Way. Oh, it just exploded. Not on the white robe, baby. And then I dap it on with my fingers, just a little bit around the areas that doesn't have any product. Because again, I personally, like, I feel like this is kind of a more coverage foundation, and I don't personally like that on myself. I just go for it, babe. That's just what I do. Those are the three things that I use before I actually blend anything out. And then I have this setting spray that I got a long time ago. It works for me. It was cheap. I feel like I got it from Target. It's the Milani Make It Last setting spray. So I spray that all over so my face is like wet, so all the products blend together really nicely. And then I use my beauty blender to blend all of it out. And then using the setting spray before also locks it in after it is blended, if that makes any sense. It kind of sounds like I know what I'm doing, but like really don't take my word for it. Like, I promise I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm gonna come up here and blend for you guys. I feel like whenever I do my makeup with my camera, because it literally is broken, there's so many pieces of tape holding it together right now, so that I can actually see the pop-up like viewfinder, so I can watch myself do this to make sure the framing's correct. It is so bad. It is so fucked up that I have double-sided tape, regular tape, all holding it together. It looks like a hot mess. That's kind of who I am as a person. I feel like I'm kind of chaotic as a person, so it matches. But as you're blending out, you want to do the lightest things first, so which is why I started with my concealer. Then I go to the little specks of foundation I have around my face, just so that it's more even. My skin tone is more even. And then obviously, since there's not very much foundation, I use like literally half a pump. It's not too full coverage, which is what I like. Especially for summer, I like it to be more dewy. And I've been working on my skincare a lot. Sorry. When I blend this, I always blend it up as well, because if you blend it up, I heard that it gives you a more lifted look, rather than if you blend it down, it like makes you look, I don't know, like sag face. I don't know if that's a good way to put it, but I literally have no idea what I was talking about. I forgot how hard it was to like struggle with like ADHD tendencies and also try to shoot videos and remember what you're talking about. It could also just be memory loss. Like, I have no idea what's wrong with me. I have never gone to the doctor for it, but I really cannot remember anything that I'm supposed to be talking about because there's too many things going on in my head. Was I talking about the summer, like wanting a light coverage? Oh, yep. Okay, that has finally brought me back. I'm back. I was talking about how I've been working on my skin. So I started that skincare regimen and I actually didn't have very good skin before doing that. It wasn't that bad, and cameras you usually can't really tell as bad, but I'd be broken out a lot down here, which is like a hormonal area, and I'm also on birth control, so that was part of it. But I started doing this skincare routine I got from my face lady, my facial eyelash person that I talked about earlier, and it's actually helped my skin a lot. I had a lot of issues with my pigmentation in my face not looking the same, which is why I would want to wear makeup and stuff like that. So yeah, so I have all of that blended out. It looks pretty good, I'd say. And then I use the niteshine Glossier Play, and it's in the shade Platinum Rose. I've had this forever as well. I really need to update some of my makeup, but I haven't yet. So I also might still be doing makeup that was trendy in 2018. Like highlight, is that even a thing anymore? Like I feel like a lot of people don't use highlighter anymore. Maybe I only heard that, maybe that was a dream. I'm not sure. I've been having a lot of dreams that seemed real recently. Somebody let me know what that's about, because I'm actually quite curious what that's about. I haven't even talked about the things, the prompts that I had for myself right here. We're gonna start with the first one, and I'm also gonna turn this light down because it's bright. Oh, wrong color. So I graduated from college, which was exciting. I actually, I'm using the Hoola bronzer. Sorry, yeah, I use it. I know I use it. I can't help it. But I graduated from college. While I was in college, all I wanted to do was be out of college. I didn't want to be there the whole time. I complained, I contemplated dropping out, I cried all the time because I hated it, and like, to be honest, I probably shouldn't have been in college. Like, I didn't really like it. I went as an athlete, I was a runner, and it made me hate running. I started running my senior year of high school, like for a fun kind of thing to do, and then it became a 4-year sport in college. And mind you, I wasn't really that good, like I was average. And I went to smaller schools because I wasn't like that great, but then I would get scholarships, so I did it. I ended up just wanting to be done like the majority of the time I was in college. And now that I'm graduated, it's like a really odd and weird thing. Now I just want to be back. Because my school that I went to last year that I just graduated from, they literally they're starting school in a week and a half, and I am not. Like, my boyfriend's going back to school, he's moving back in like a week, and he's gonna be going to school here. Some of my friends are still in school, and it's like I'm not. Like, I'm getting like severe FOMO of college, which is really weird because I hated it so much. It's something that's really hard to talk about. Oh shit, I forgot to use this. Just a second, we'll hold on from the college rant. I use the Laura Mercier powder. I don't know exactly how you're supposed to use this, but I heard it was good, so I do it. Because it does lock down the makeup really well. But yeah. I put it in all the problem areas so that I'm not super fucking shiny. Have you ever watched one of these beauty secrets where somebody is just so chaotic and talkative? I feel like they're usually really chill, and I'm just like not chill right now. I'm just chatty. I usually do my eyebrows one of two ways, and it's either with the Morphe 2 eyebrow gel, which is in the shade Blonde, and I've also really liked the e.l.f. clear one, or I use a literal bar of soap and I use a spoolie brush and I do like soapy brows, but I'm kind of in the mood just to use this today, so we're gonna do that. But anyways, yeah, like the whole being in school your whole life and then not being in school anymore, it's like a weird phenomena that, I mean, like obviously like everybody that goes to college goes through that, because it's like, oh, like now it's time for me to be an adult, but there's still people in your life that aren't adults, like aren't graduated yet, so it feels really weird. And I had a full-time job and it didn't work out. That's all I'm gonna say, because it didn't work out. So I am back to like doing social media. Obviously I do that, and then I also work at a restaurant, and I'm moving probably in the next year somewhere totally different than where I grew up probably, so I don't really want to stick with a full-time job until I move. That's such a odd and weird thing that doesn't feel like it's happening to me. Where's my Aquaphor? I don't know, I'm just gonna use this. I usually use Aquaphor on my lips. It's like my favorite thing in the entire world. So I'm just gonna throw on one of my many lip glosses I have. This one's the Item Beauty one. It's just the Come Through shade, I guess. I don't know, I like the way that it looks. It just adds a nice gloss to your lips and makes like the whole look kind of come together. I got a lash lift yesterday. I don't know if I've said that. So I'm very hesitant to put on any mascara, and I definitely cannot curl my eyelashes or else I could break them off. So honestly, I think that like all I have to do is my fake freckles and I'm done. I'll tell you though, these are the two that I usually use. I use the Thrive Beauty liquid eyelash extensions and the Lash Sensational. I will use this one and like use the brush, like I'll pretend that I'm doing it so that you can see. I'll like go like this against my eyelashes and then I'll use it because it makes them longer, or I'll also put it on the back sometimes. And I'll do that on both sides, and then I'll take this one and I'll use that. And then I'll use it on the bottom lashes too. But like I said, I'm going for more of the clean look and also not wanting to ruin my lash lift I got yesterday and the tint. So I'm gonna leave it like this. This is odd as well. I don't have one of the little freckle things that I want to get, but I have done this since before the freckles became a trend. Everybody used to make fun of me because I was doing freckles and I didn't have them, but I would use this e.l.f. brush, this stipple brush. I've had this for probably 7 years. I had this bronzer I did it with forever, but I actually, since I ran out of that bronzer and haven't bought a new one, I use the old James Charles Morphe palette, and I usually use like one of these two shades. So basically I get it wet, tap, shake it out, tap it a tiny bit again, and then I tap it across on my nose and stuff, and I use a beauty blender to blend it out. So I'm gonna do that. Let me get this wet. Okay. I want you to be able to see it. I just give really subtle. It doesn't look really subtle on the camera, but it is, I promise. And then before they dry, you want to just tap them with the beauty blender. And then you just have like cute little freckles. I don't know, and it adds like more bronze sun-kissed look, and I am obsessed with it. So then you can kind of see I have a little bit of freckle and it adds a little bit of color, and I really like it. That's really it. that's what I do. And then obviously I use mascara. Sometimes I'll use a liquid eyeliner if I'm really going crazy. But this is something that's very natural and easy to do. And it doesn't really look like you have that much makeup on, and I love it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my beauty secrets, and thank you again to Vogue. Really wish it was with Vogue. One day baby, I'll be with Vogue once I understand makeup. Speaking of that, I need to do this. And that'll be that. That's the end. Thanks for watching, you guys. Subscribe if you want. If not, I'm not your mom. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys in the next one. Bye.